Hey guys, thanks for watching. Now as more of you are getting your own Tone Master Pros, the questions are starting to show up all over the interwebs. One of the most commonly asked questions is, how do you set up an expression pedal for the Tone Master Pro? Well, we'll get to that in a minute, but first, I'm guessing that there's probably a lot of guys who maybe they've heard of an expression pedal, but they have no idea what it is. An expression pedal usually looks an awful lot like a crybaby wah, and it's used to control different parameters on your modeler. Pretty much it. The most common uses are for setting it up like as a volume pedal, or a wah pedal, or as a whammy pedal. But there are plenty of other parameters in different blocks that you can use it with as well. Well, there are different types of expression pedals, but the most common one uses a TRS cable to connect to the modeler. Okay, what's a TRS cable? Well, TRS stands for tip, ring, sleeve. The more common TS cable has just a tip and a sleeve. That's like a guitar cable is a TS cable. But the easiest way to tell them apart is that a TRS cable has 2 black rings on the plug, and a TS cable only has 1. Now the Tone Master Pro also gives you the option of using an expression pedal that not only uses a TRS cable to connect, it has a toe switch that connects with a TS cable. The toe switch allows you to change functions. Now, like for example, say you have the pedal set up as a volume pedal as the default setting, click down on the toe switch and suddenly it becomes a wah pedal. Click down on that toe switch again, it goes back to being a volume pedal. That's probably the most common setup for using an expression pedal that uses a toe switch. One of the more popular expression pedals with a toe switch is the Mission SP1. Now, the good news is you can use that with the Tone Master Pro. The bad news is that you have to clip one of the internal wires to get it to work correctly. Jason Stillwell from Fender had this to say about using expression pedals with the Tone Master Pro. A few notes regarding expression pedals for Tone Master Pro. The Mission SP1-TMP is made to work with the Tone Master Pro. It has a TRS expression output jack and a TS mono toe switch output jack. We went with both TRS and TS cables for a reason. It makes it really obvious which cable is for expression and which cable is for toe switch. You should have fewer problems accidentally plugging the wrong cable into the wrong jack on the back of the Tone Master Pro. The Fender Treadlite volume/expression pedal will also work great as an expression pedal using a TRS 1/4 inch cable. The Treadlite has a completely different feel than the very wah-like Mission style. Our TRS wiring follows the same standard as Boss and Dunlop, so those are options if that style or feel is your preference. Most, but not all, of the Mission Engineering pedal line will work with it. A couple of exceptions to note. It will not work with the Mission L6 pedal. That uses a TS mono expression cable that is a completely different wiring scheme than pretty much everything else. If you have a standard Mission SP1, it will work for expression, TRS. But if you want to use the toe switch, you need to either clip the green wire connected to the ring of the toe switch jack, or make a custom TRS cable that doesn't have the ring wired. That extra ring connection on the jack really causes problems. So your best option is the Mission SP1-TMP, but guys, it's not cheap. Now, if you don't need that toe switch functionality, you can pretty much use any expression pedal that uses a TRS cable to connect to the modeler. Unfortunately, the Tone Master Pro currently does not have an auto detect function, so you cannot just step on the pedal and all of a sudden expect it to be working as a wah. No, you have to activate the wah block first, then you can use the pedal. That's only if you're using an expression pedal that doesn't have the toe switch. You know, that's a little clunky, so we're hoping that Fender adds auto detect soon. Alright, so let's look at hooking up an expression pedal to your Tone Master Pro. Let's say that you want to use it as a volume pedal. Cool! So do you want that volume pedal at the beginning or the end of the chain? If you put it at the beginning of the chain, it's similar to turning your guitar's volume knob. It's working on the input. If you put it at the end of the chain, it's like turning the volume knob on your amp. It's acting on the output. I've always put it at the beginning of the chain. I really like doing pinky swells, violin type swells that use the pinky finger. but I'm sure you'll be surprised to know that I cannot get my pinky finger to work right with it. So that's what I use a volume pedal for, and that's why I have it right at the very beginning of the chain. So it's acting like the guitar's volume control. So does that mean that my foot is more coordinated than my hand? Well, maybe not. Maybe it just means my foot is more coordinated than my pinky finger. Let's look at this preset I put together. I added the volume pedal first, then the Nashville drive, followed by the deluxe reverb amp only model. After the amp we have the dynamic delay, and at the end of the chain we have the cloud reverb. I added a foot switch to turn the Nashville drive off and on. To use your expression pedal as a volume pedal, click on the EXP assign, then click on the plus sign underneath EXP1. It brings you back to your preset, so click on the volume pedal. A little blue triangle shows up under the volume icon. Click on the blue confirm in the upper right corner. Now it says select parameter, and your only choice is volume. Click on volume, and the panel changes to EXP1 assignment. Assigned is volume pedal. Parameter is volume. Heel is 0%. Toe is 100%. And taper is normal. That means that the volume will be at 0 when your expression pedal is pressed all the way back with the heel down and the toe up. And volume will get turned up all the way when your expression pedal is pressed all the way forward with the heel up and the toe down. Now there are 5 options for taper. Slower, slow, normal, fast, and faster. Try out the different options to see which one feels right for you. For right now, I'm leaving it at normal. Click the back arrow twice, and you're back at your preset. Now try out the expression pedal to see if it's working correctly. Okay guys, let's try the volume pedal clean first. Now let's turn on the Nashville OD. I put together this other preset that replaces the volume pedal with a wah pedal. I chose the teardrop wah. Everything else is the same. To use your expression pedal as a wah pedal, first click on the wah icon and select bypass. Otherwise it'll be on all the time. Next, set up a foot switch so that you can turn the wah block on or off. Now click on EXP assign, then click on the plus sign under EXP1. It brings you back to your preset, and you want to click on the wah pedal. Again, click on the blue confirm in the upper right corner. Now it says select parameter, and your choice is position. Click on position, and the panel changes to EXP1 assignment. Assigned is teardrop wah. Parameter is position. Heel is 0%. Toe is 100%. And taper is normal. Same way as it was set up for the volume pedal. Alright, now let's try this preset out. Okay, now we're going to go on to test 2. So here it is without the wah. And here it is with the wah. with the Nashville OD. Those are the traditional uses, but what if you wanted to try something more out of the box? Let's take a look at this third preset. I've exchanged the wah pedal for the chromatic pitch shifter. All right, click on EXP Assign, then click on the plus sign under EXP1. It brings you back to your preset. So click on the Nashville Overdrive. Click on the blue Confirm. Now it says Select Parameter, and you have three choices: Drive, Level, and Spectrum. Click on Drive. The panel changes to EXP1 Assignment. Assigned is Nashville OD. Parameter is Drive. Heel is 0%. Toe is 100%. Taper is normal. Same way as it was set up for the other two pedals. All right, now let's try out this preset. Okay, now with Expression Test 3, first we'll try it without turning the Nashville OD on, and so you can hear what it sounds clean. Now let's turn on the Nashville OD, and we'll be using the pedal to adjust the drive parameter. The last example is setting up the expression pedal to control both volume and wah. Remember, you need to have an expression pedal with a toe switch that connects using a TS cable, and the other connector is for a TRS cable. I have the Fender/Mission SP1-TMP. We want to set it up so that the pedal defaults to being a volume pedal until you step on the toe switch. Then it switches to a wah pedal. Click the toe switch again and it goes back to being a volume pedal. Let's look at a preset that I'm calling Doug's First Rig. Now, it's not exactly like my first rig, but it is pretty darn close. Back in the day, I had a no-name volume pedal, a crybaby wah, an Electro Harmonix Big Muff, and a 65 Bassman head with a 212-inch cabinet. That was it. Now, this preset has a volume pedal, the teardrop wah, the big green, the deluxe reverb amp head, the 2x12 65 twin cab, and the large hall reverb. Why the reverb? Well, that was back in my high school days, and we played lots and lots of high school gyms. High school gyms aren't known for their fine acoustical properties, so it always sounded like we were in a huge reverb chamber. Now let's look at the expression pedal assignments. The toe switch has two assignments. The first one is an on-off for the teardrop wah. The second is an on-off for the volume pedal. So when you click on the toe switch, you'll turn on the wah and turn off the volume pedal at the same time. Now let's look at the EXP1 assignments. It also has two assignments. The first is for the volume pedal, and the second is for the wah, set up just like those other examples I showed earlier. Let's try out this preset. Okay, now here's the preset that I'm calling Doug's First Rig. This one, the pedal will be a volume pedal until I step down on the foot switch, and then it'll turn to a wah. Here's what it sounds like. And now let's add the big green. When I set this preset up, I noticed two potential bugs. Now, like I said before, I like to use the volume pedal for single note runs, trying to imitate a violin. The first thing I noticed was that when the big green was on and I used the volume pedal, the guitar tone starts out clean, then abruptly switches over to the big green. It's not a smooth transition, which is what I think should be happening. Now, that doesn't happen with the Nashville OD, so it's not like all of the dirt boxes are doing it. The second thing I noticed was when I had the big green turned off and did single note swells. The swells were not smooth. I'm hearing some kind of zippering type of effect. Again, it's not a smooth transition. I tried using different taper options for both situations and couldn't get it to go away. Let me show you what these two potential bugs sound like. Now, this is with the big green on, using the volume pedal, and instead of smoothly hitting those notes, it goes from clean to all of a sudden the big green is on. I do believe it should be a smooth transition. Tell me if you can hear it. Now this is with it clean, and this is where I'm hearing zippering, just using it as a volume pedal and doing single note runs. Now, just for the heck of it, let's turn off the large hall reverb and see if that cleans up the problem. No, it doesn't. So that's how you can set up and use an expression pedal with the Tone Master Pro. Drop me a comment. Let me know if this helped you out at all, and if you have any other questions that you'd like me to look into. Oh yeah, I wanted to do a quick shout out to Ivan Lopez on the QSC support team. Ivan went above and beyond the call of duty to help me with my K10.2 speakers. I was having a warranty issue with them, and he was able to go to upper management and get it straightened out, and I can't thank him enough. And because of this, I will be staying with QSC for a long time. So thank you again to Ivan Lopez. This Friday, we're going to take a look at using amalgam audio captures with the Tonex pedal. Now, you don't want to miss that, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. All right, guys, have a great week, and I will see you on Friday.